The story begins with a couple climbing a steep rock face during a challenging rock climbing expedition. However, the woman, Sasha, keeps slipping at the same spot. No matter how many times she tries, she just can't get past that section. Seeing her struggle, her husband Tommy suggests they should stop for the day. The weather is getting worse, and the climb has become extremely dangerous. But Sasha refuses to give up. She insists that they can reach the summit within an hour and says she has to finish it today, no matter what. Tommy firmly refuses. With no other choice, they set up a tent halfway up the mountain. Outside, the storm grows even more intense. Tommy admits that he no longer wants to take such risks. Because of the storm, they decide to descend and come back later to finish the climb. But suddenly, rocks begin falling from above. Tommy shouts at Sasha to hurry down. As Sasha quickly makes her way down, a barrage of rocks starts crashing around them. Now, Sasha yells for Tommy to come down quickly. But before he can, a massive rock hits him directly, sending him falling off the mountain. Sasha holds onto the rope with all her strength, but Tommy is unconscious, and his weight becomes impossible for her to manage. Eventually, the rope slips from her hands, and Tommy falls into the deep abyss, dying instantly. The story then jumps forward 5 months to Australia. Sasha is now traveling toward a remote national park, carrying Tommy's lucky compass with her. A park ranger warns her not to go alone, saying that people often get lost in that wilderness, and many never return. Later, Sasha stops at a gas station to buy some food and supplies. Inside, a group of suspicious men stare at her. Just then, a man named Ben walks in. One of the men starts harassing Sasha, making crude comments, and even offers to act as her guide. Ben steps in and says, "I think she's fine." The men back off and leave the store. Outside, Sasha asks Ben for directions to Grand El Narros because her GPS isn't working. Ben tells her the way and suggests she start her journey from Blackstone Bay, a beautiful little-known camping spot by the sea. However, he warns her that the place can be dangerous and that most people go there in pairs. Still, Sasha decides to go alone. Later, while resting by a river, the same men from the gas station show up again in their truck. They offer her beer and show off a deer they've hunted. Their hunting dogs wander close to Sasha, while the men continue to stare at her in an unsettling way. Sasha quickly retreats into her van. One of the men knocks on the window, asking her to come out, but she stays completely silent. The men linger around for quite some time before finally leaving, while Sasha waits quietly inside. The next day, Sasha takes her kayak into the river and pushes forward through strong currents. The waves crash violently around her, but she seems to enjoy the challenge. She navigates through narrow, dangerous passages and ventures deeper into the wilderness. At one point, she arrives at a strange place where photographs of different people are hanging. It looks like some kind of memorial. Sitting there, she is reminded of Tommy. She decides to set up her tent at that spot, but when she wakes up, she hears footsteps outside. Sasha steps out of the tent and realizes her bag is missing. When she looks inside again, she finds a snake coiled up inside the tent. Startled, Sasha immediately grabs her kayak and returns to the river. That's when she notices another boat nearby. Curious to find out if someone else is in the forest, she paddles toward it and begins searching. It becomes clear that someone is living here. There's even a fire burning. Just then, she spots Ben standing by the riverbank. Walking toward her, he says, "This is Blackstone Bay. Beautiful place, isn't it?" Sasha tells him that someone stole her belongings and her phone was inside the bag. Ben jokes, "Probably wombats. They're always texting with their tiny little paws." Then he adds, "The good news is I always bring more supplies than I need. I can help you out if you want." Ben insists that Sasha stay and eat with him. He explains that he makes and sells beef jerky here, the same jerky Sasha had the night before. He even named the brand after his mother. He's also set up a system to collect pure water directly from the trees. Sasha hesitates for a moment, then drinks the water. Ben tells her he comes here often. He's not originally from Australia. He moved here with his mother as a child. Then he asks how long she's been kayaking. Sasha replies, "I do a little bit of everything." Ben smirks. "Mostly mountains, right?" Sasha responds coldly, "I'm done with mountains, forever." Ben guesses, "Got it, break up. Your boyfriend got the mountains and you got the river." The comment hits Sasha hard. Ben immediately apologizes. After that, Sasha tells him what happened the night before. "Those guys came to my campsite. They were harassing me, trying to scare me." Ben says, "But you handled it pretty well." Suddenly, something clicks in Sasha's mind. Ben was there. He saw everything. She had thought he might step in to help, but he didn't need to. In that moment, Sasha realizes Ben's intentions aren't good. She says she's leaving, but Ben stops her. In his hand is Sasha's bracelet. It was him all along. He stole her belongings. Ben returns her bag, then pulls out a crossbow and a speaker. Smiling, he says, "I've restocked all your supplies. To make things fair, you've got until this song ends. Run as far as you can." Sasha takes off running. Ben just stands there, listening to the music. As soon as the song ends, he starts hunting her. Sasha quickly jumps into her kayak, trying to escape, but there's a waterfall ahead. The kayak flips and she's forced to dive into the water. The current carries her kayak away, leaving her with only her bag. She somehow manages to reach the shore. Running deeper into the jungle, she suddenly hears human voices in the distance. She moves toward them, only to realize it's a video playing on a phone. It's a trap. Ben fires a bolt from his crossbow. Sasha changes direction and runs. Ben keeps firing arrow after arrow, aiming down at her from higher ground. One arrow hits her bag. She slips and falls straight into the river again. The strong current drags her along until she reaches a calm valley where the water finally slows. She climbs back onto land. An arrow is lodged in her leg and her phone inside the bag is completely broken. Sasha searches through her bag, eats a protein bar, and finds a can of pepper spray. Then she starts running again. She reaches a narrow stone passage, but there's no way forward, so she begins climbing up the rock wall. After an exhausting effort, she finally makes it to the top. Pulling out binoculars, she looks down. She can see Ben's boat, and he's already moving toward her through the forest. She looks again, and this time, she realizes something terrifying. Ben has seen her too. She quickly hides beneath the same rock she had just climbed to reach the top. Ben searches the area, looking for her everywhere, but he can't find her. Eventually, he leaves. Once he's gone, Sasha climbs back up and starts running again. She pulls out her binoculars and looks again. This time, Ben is casually bathing in the river, completely relaxed, as if he has no worries at all. Seizing the opportunity, Sasha quietly slips into the water and begins swimming toward his boat. But just as she tries to untie it, her foot gets caught in a bear trap Ben had set. Hearing the noise, Ben rushes over. He grabs Sasha and drags her out, but Sasha quickly sprays pepper spray into his face. Blinded and in pain, Ben starts washing his eyes. Then he aims his crossbow at her and orders her to throw the spray away. As soon as she does, he opens the trap and frees her leg. Sasha asks, "Are you playing some kind of game?" Ben replies coldly, "It's a ritual." He ties her to a tree. Later, he returns, tightens the rope even more, and tells her to let him know when the pain becomes unbearable. The next day, Ben puts Sasha in his boat and heads down the river. He says, "I found your name in the register. Did a little digging." He already knows everything about Tommy. He mentions that Tommy was very experienced, so his death seems strange. Meanwhile, Sasha secretly tries to grab a metal hook lying near her feet. Ben asks, "What was the weather like at the funeral? Warm or cold?" Sasha replies that Tommy was cremated. That's when Ben realizes Sasha came here to scatter Tommy's ashes. At that moment, as Sasha reaches for the hook, Ben catches her and throws her overboard. But she's still tied to the boat, so she gets dragged through the water. Ben steers the boat straight toward the most dangerous current. Sasha keeps getting pulled under again and again. Later, Ben takes her deep into the forest. He tells her they'll have to go down, so she should put on a harness. They descend together into his hidden place. As soon as they reach the bottom, a horrible stench hits Sasha. In front of her, several dead bodies are hanging. Ben calmly explains that some tribes believe that to keep a hunter's spirit with them, they must eat the liver of their prey, and the beef jerky Ben sells is made from human flesh. Now, Sasha is his next target. He tells her he will eat her liver and trap her spirit forever. Ben asks, "Do you think there's something wrong with me?" Sasha responds carefully, "I think someone hurt you deeply. Something bad happened to you, and I'm sorry for that." In response, Ben reveals his teeth, sharpened like an animal's. Then suddenly, he disappears. Sasha calls out for him, and within moments he reappears. He grabs her and hangs her up like the others. He shows her a salty brine solution he uses to tenderize the meat. Sasha notices a photograph near his bed and asks about it. It's his mother. Ben says, "She was special because she was the first. Now she's always with me, and you will be too." Suddenly, Sasha bites his ear hard. His grip loosens. She drops down and tries to run, but Ben jumps into the water and chases after her. Sasha grabs a cable and hooks it into her harness. Moments later, both of them are pulled together toward a waterfall. In the violent current, Ben is nearly knocked unconscious. The cable gets tangled around a tree trunk. Sasha tries to free herself, but to do that, she has to climb up and untangle the cable. She picks up a rock and tries to smash Ben's head, but the strong water prevents her from putting enough force into it, so instead, she starts cutting the cable. That's when Ben regains consciousness. Sasha tries to drown him by forcing him underwater, but Ben fights back. He grabs her throat and begins choking her. Searches. But suddenly, Ben stops. Seizing the moment, Sasha grabs a rock and slams it hard onto his leg. There's a sickening crack. His leg shatters completely. Ben looks down in horror as the bone is crushed beyond repair. Both of them lie there, badly injured, through the entire night. Breaking the silence, Sasha says, "Your dentist must have been really good. Or did you eat him too?" Then she starts talking about Tommy. When he was falling, he was pulling both of us down. I had to let him go. I'll never know if he was still alive in that moment. I was only there for him, but he didn't want to be there, and I didn't listen. The next morning, a massive, steep cliff stands in front of them. Taking another route would take 12 days, and in his condition, Ben wouldn't survive that long. So Sasha makes a decision. They have to climb this mountain together. There's no way she can do it alone. She explains, "I'll show you how to tie the rope to support your good leg. It's called a diaper harness. It's the only way to get him up. Otherwise, he'll die there." Sasha tells him to unlock her cuffs so she can help. Ben agrees, but on one condition. "If you get me up there, I'll let you go. But if you try to drop me, I'll take you down with me." Ben ties himself to Sasha and warns, "Don't even think about touching this harness." Sasha climbs up first, securing the rope into the rock so Ben can follow. But when she tries to adjust her harness, Ben suddenly yanks her down, suspicious. "I'm just fixing it," she insists. They continue climbing, slowly. As they ascend, Ben asks, "When Tommy was falling, did he look like he was flying?" Sasha says nothing. She just keeps climbing. A little higher up, they reach a small rocky ledge where Ben can't see her clearly. Taking advantage of the moment, Sasha quietly ties one of the ropes to a small tree growing out of the rock. But as soon as she starts untying the second rope, Ben pulls her down again, shouting, "What are you doing? We agreed to climb together." Sasha struggles to hold onto the rock. As Ben keeps pulling, his harness loosens. And suddenly, she's free from his control. In that instant, Sasha unties the rope from the tree. Ben falls, straight to his death. But Sasha's fight isn't over yet. Now she has to climb the rest of the mountain alone, without a harness, without any gear. It's not easy. At one point, her foot slips, and she's left hanging by her hands. Still, she refuses to give up. Inch by inch, gripping the rock with everything she has, she finally reaches the top. Once she's up, she collapses, overwhelmed, gasping for breath. After a moment, she gets back up and keeps moving. That same night, a car stops near her. The people inside help her get back to her van. Sasha goes straight to the wildlife office where photos of the missing Carter family are still hanging on the wall. She says, "I know where they are." Later, the police recover all the bodies. And that's where the story ends.